Community Viewpoint.
And welcome again to another edition of Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this edition. And, well, you can tell it's getting a little cool outside. The fall season is upon us, and it's October. And with October, it's something that's called, well, I'm from Chicago, and something that's called the Fire Prevention Month. It came into being because of Chicago. In 1871, we had a really bad fire. 300 residents lost their lives. It didn't seem like a lot of people were put out of their homes. It was, did it say 100,000? 100,000 people. I guess that was a lot at the time, but it was a very bad fire. Since then, our country has initiated a fire prevention month and also a fire prevention week. So what we have done, we've asked the Scott Lewis, the fire chief, to have a couple of his firemen. We have Richard and Jordan. Richard is paramedic fireman.
Yes.
And Jordan is a firefighter EMT.
Yep.
So how long have you been with?
I've been with the fire department for just a little over 2 years now.
And how about you?
And I've been on for about 3.5 years.
3.5 years?
Yes, sir.
So where do you hail from? Are you local?
I am.
Oh, cool.
I was born in Las Vegas, moved here very young, grew up here throughout the rump.
How did you get into the fire prevention?
Fire prevention, obviously, just something that I've always loved, fire services in general as well. So just like Richard over here, I started as a volunteer.
Okay.
And then that's how we both started.
And volunteer also?
Yes, I started volunteering.
Because I've talked to a lot of people who have done that, yes. So do you have male and female, right?
Yes.
Not at the moment, though?
Yes, we do have a female firefighter with us right now.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yes, I'm sure that's something that we should look into also. That's a good line of work for females.
Absolutely.
Yes, because we don't think about that. But let's talk about why we're here today. Fire Prevention Week, and I understand you go into the schools, the grade schools usually, elementary?
Yes.
And talk to the kids grade kindergarten through 5, I believe?
Yes.
Yes. So what do you bring forward to them?
A lot of the times we obviously we have a little checklist here. This goes over pretty much home safety when it comes to fire prevention. We also bring some of our gear. I like to show some of the kids what we do as firemen, and even on the medical side what we do and stuff like that. So, but we have a little checklist here that goes over a lot of what shows them what's good to have and what to prepare for in just in case of a fire.
And then you instill on them, you were mentioning every second counts, that make sure there's 2 ways to get out of the home.
Absolutely, yeah. Always have 2 ways out of every room.
Mm-hmm. So, then you go to all the grade schools here?
Yes. So as the week goes on, we'll bring in a fire truck. Usually one of our engines will come down, come in, we'll show them what we look like in our gear. We kind of make it a little bit fun, obviously.
Right, you make an impression, yeah.
Sometimes just talking about this doesn't really catch too many kids' attention. So.
And you bring little Sparky, and then
Sparky does show up every now and then.
Yeah, because
yes,
we always ask for him to come to our Earth Day event. Yeah, so the kids like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing that happens in the fall and the spring is batteries for the smoke detectors.
Yes. Yep.
Do you instill that in the kids too?
Yes. So with the checklist, it also lists that the parents check their smoke detectors. The NFPA, the National Fire Protection Association, recommends that homeowners check their smoke detectors at least once a month.
Okay.
We have a checklist here that the children can take to the parents to make sure that they're checking their smoke detectors. Mm-hmm. And if they're not working, to either replace them or check the batteries on.
Oh, they'll bring it into the station? Or?
It has happened in the past. People have.
There have been
asked us
grants.
questions.
Yeah, there have been grants that I remember some years ago that you could get them replaced. I don't know if it probably wasn't from the fire department itself.
Yeah, we don't do that at our fire station.
So don't go there, please. It's broke. Give me another one.
But we do assist the homeowners here in town if they need help resetting their smoke detectors or changing their batteries out. We do that, provide that service for them.
Okay, that's interesting. And then also the equipment that you have, it's at how many stations?
We have currently 3 in-service stations, and we also have a 4th station that we use right now. Usually, basically, that station's for storage of our extra apparatus, just in case we need it. But 3 in-service stations right now with 10 firefighters on duty.
At all times?
At all times.
Oh, cool. Kellogg has got somebody on duty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Station 3, and we have 2 firefighters down there.
Okay. And naturally, the main station that's over by Petrick Park?
Yeah, Station 1 is just right off of, right behind Petrick Park, just North Highway 160 there. And we also have Station 5, which is off of Harris Farm Road.
Oh, okay. So anything else that's interesting at this time of the year? What do you look, not forward to, but what do you see happening in the fall? What type of fires are prevalent in the fall?
A lot of heaters sometimes.
Oh, okay.
People with space heaters cause a lot of fires, and pretty much just anything that you normally see all year. Just accidental stuff a lot of the times, and even sometimes you can even see something crazy as arson cases. But just usually the biggest thing is the heaters that usually start most.
As the colder season starts to set in, a lot of people will try to heat up their homes using either propane heaters or electric heaters, and we want to make sure that everyone stays safe and are using the appropriate heaters to heat up their home.
And extension cords is bad also.
Yes, absolutely.
More than one. You should never use more than one.
And use the proper extension cord, especially
Yes.
for exterior buildings and stuff like that.
Because there's interior, exterior extension cords, yeah. So what else can we look forward to? I know that we've talked in the past, there's a defensible area around your home also. You should keep all your brush away from the home to help with firefighters also.
Oh, yes. I believe you're talking about brush that you've removed, or just growing brush or anything like that?
You should have a defensible area. You should have an area that, in case it burns,
Absolutely.
it won't get to the structure itself.
Absolutely. So it just anything, if a brush were to catch on fire or anything like that, just to keep it a distance far away so it doesn't expose immediately to your home.
Yes, we recommend probably about 5 feet of defensible space around your home.
Right, right. How about, let's see, and also burning trash outside, not burning trash, the burn season.
Yes.
It's not yet.
No, not
No.
yet. The burn ordinance will be coming out in the newspaper, so people are looking to see when the burn ordinance will be coming out. Just look in the newspaper.
We
I'm not-
usually follow BLM or something. There's somebody else, one of the federal groups. We burn, the burn time is the same time as them. But anyway, yeah, it'll come out in the newspaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have to make sure that you are registered,
Yes.
and it's only during the daytime hours.
During the daytime hours, yeah.
Yeah, during the daytime hours, I think from Monday to Thursday.
Monday, it's actually Monday through even Saturday. The hours are shortened on, I believe, Saturdays and Sundays. But like I said, that's something that will come out with the in the newspaper.
Right.
So when also when it comes to weather, any sort of wind that comes up, usually that plays effect.
Yes.
So
You're always supposed to have water to douse it
yep, always
Yes.
have to have a close water supply.
and cover.
Yes.
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 And obviously, it has to be organic. It can't be trash. It can't be anything like that. It has to be some sort of brush.
Yeah, because many times they smell plastics and
Absolutely.
weird stuff, and
Yeah.
you know they're burning the wrong things.
Yeah.
So,
And Scott's been here a couple times. He says, "I'd rather have you not burn it at all. Just take the time, go up to the landfill, and get rid of it up there,
Right.
because there's so much of a chance of the wind picking up sparks, taking it and starting a fire."
Absolutely.
Yes.
we'd just like to remind everyone that burn permits are free.
Yes.
They can go to Station 1 to go pick them up. You just have to show proof of insurance on the home.
Okay. It's been a long time since I don't know where it's at because I haven't burned in so long. I take it to the landfill. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, interesting. Anything else we want to look at for the fall? Oh, because we'll be looking at the Christmas holidays and Thanksgiving. Things will be covered up because of that. We'll have things closer to the fireplaces. The fireplaces will be
Yep.
on also. So that's another issue we'll be having also. Any other tips that we might look forward?
I mean, we can, like I said, a lot of the things that we go over with our fire safety stuff, 2 ways out of a bedroom or any sort of room in that, especially with people with kids, it's good to always do 2 fire drills a year. I know it sounds silly like school, but it's always good to know because a lot of times fires happen at night, and if you're half asleep, sometimes people don't realize what's going on, and might get a little lost, especially with smoke inside of a house, anything like that. Always have two ways out of a house. Also, always come outside first if a fire happens, and then call 911.
Right.
Don't take the time to call 911 and then come outside, because they said every second counts.
Oh, definitely, yes. So, let's see. And I know you have the Pahrump Valley as your territory, but you have memorandum of understanding with other groups also.
Yeah, we do. We actually do a lot of times we do what's called mutual aid. We get called anywhere from Clark County, even into Inyo County or San Bernardino County, those guys towards Death Valley. Up north past Crystal, we get called, sometimes we help out Armagosa.
Yep, again, Armagosa, and then we also rendezvous with patients from Veiw.
Okay.
The EMS from there will transfer patients to our care, and then we'll take them into Desert View Hospital.
Especially when weather permits and Mercy Air is not allowed to fly due to weather and stuff like that. So.
And then I know Tacoma had a brush fire about 3-4 weeks ago.
They did.
And you guys were out there. I think you were the first responders.
I think so.
Yeah.
We personally weren't on that one as well, but we heard that one come out. It sounded like a pretty good sized brush fire.
Yeah. So I want to thank Richard and Jordan for stopping by, and this is we're coming up to Fire Prevention Week and Fire Prevention Month. So if you have kids in grade school, they'll be coming home, or they'll be coming home with this little checklist, and they'll be giving you a little test about fire prevention. So thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week.
Community Viewpoint.